We have an email from Luis Ortiz. He's asking, "Today, Dave, I noticed that my '08 Gixxer 1000 has a lower seat height than my '06 1000 race bike. I looked at my Penske shock on the '06 and noticed that it has a ride height adjustment. I want to lower the '06 to match the '08. What would lowering the rear of the motorcycle do to the handling? It may have somewhere around 3/8 of an inch adjustment to make it lower. I'm searching for more grip and faster lap times. Would lowering the shock have any benefits?" Well, Luis, thank you very much for the question. In regards to the answer, a lot of this really depends on where your rear axle is positioned in the swing arm in the slot. If your rear axle is towards the front of the slot, i.e. towards the front of the bike, then you could probably go ahead and lower it. Penske requires a 1-inch wrench to be able to do that. If you do lower the bike, then obviously you're going to change the swing arm angle. As you're going for faster lap times, then edge grip, or mechanical grip as it's known, on the tire where you are at lean, have neutral throttle and want to roll on and accelerate away from the corner, is clearly critical to faster lap times and drive out of the corner. So, swing arm angle becomes optimal in trying to make sure that geometrically you have exactly the right swing arm angle to give you the drive grip you're looking for, therefore help you to decrease your lap times and go faster. So, if your axle is mid-slot or further back in the bike, then lowering the bike is not going to help the handling whatsoever. If anything, it will make it considerably worse, especially in regards to hard acceleration when at lean, because the swing arm will go flat and therefore the tire is more likely to spin depending on how aggressive you are with the throttle. If the tire is spinning and you don't control it properly, then obviously out comes the frequent flyer card and you're off the high side, and we want to avoid that at all possible costs. So what I would suggest is this: go ahead and ride the bike in its current configuration. Then each session reduce your ride height on the shock by turning half a turn to make the shock lower, which would, if you're adjusting the shock facing it, be a clockwise direction. You need to set up a series of corners where you have the same entry speed, the same line of attack through the corner itself. You have the same throttle on point in terms of where you pick the throttle up, and your roll on for acceleration must be identical. That way you remove yourself and create yourself as a control mechanism to see what the bike is doing. Now, as we are human beings, that is incredibly difficult to do. So what I would suggest there is that you pick one corner to focus on. Remember, at this point you're testing, so lap times are completely irrelevant. And what you're trying to do here is figure out, in lowering the shock, do you lose grip? So figure out how that will best work for you. There's a protocol for you to follow at the track and see where you end up in shock ride height. Thanks very much for your question, Luis. If you have any other questions, please send them to me via Dave Moss Tuning at Facebook. Thanks.